Hello everyone, happy Thursday. It's that day of the week again, and today we are going to San Antonio, Texas. So I have been to Texas a couple of times, but never San Antonio until last end of November, beginning of December. So we went for about a week and it was an awesome town. We stayed right on the Riverwalk, so our hotel was right on it, looked down on it. It's a pretty big stretch of, land there, but we were right by the mall and where you could see it was Christmas time, so right where you could see the Christmas tree, and the Christmas tree was all lit up. So they actually have a parade there with boats, and they decorate them with different themes, and they go around the water. And so that first day we got there, we were actually able to watch that from our hotel room. That was really cool. We also had a cool view of just like the downtown and streets. So the next morning they had a street parade, so we actually got to watch that from our window also. So that was really awesome. Sometimes I don't actually press the button to stop it, and so if I haven't quite got my new phone figured out 100% because it'll like cut my videos off at weird times, and I haven't figured out yet how to fix that. So if it's a little choppy sometimes, that's why. So one of the days we actually took a ride on one of the boats. So we just went down, got in line, and then you just go around the whole Riverwalk, and they tell you the history and they point out different places. There's a ton of restaurants and shops and bars on the Riverwalk. So it's a great way, especially at the beginning of your trip, to be able to see everything that there is and kind of plan out where you want to go, what you want to see, and do it kind of strategic that way. And it's also just we had a really funny guide. So it's a fun thing to do while you're there. So also right down by where we stayed was the Alamo. I honestly didn't know like a ton about it, so we went to a video right across the street in the mall, and it's a pretty big mall, so there's a lot of shopping to do. So we went to a video before that explained all of the history of the Alamo. I actually learned a ton, so it was great to watch that and then go, because it makes just a lot more sense. It's not the biggest place to go in and walk around too, so we didn't actually spend a ton of time there, but we went in, take a picture out front. There's a whole like courtyard in the back, and so it is a really cool place. Like I said, a ton of history, so it's very interesting to learn about. Definitely worth watching the movie before also. So we actually Ubered around quite a bit. The Ubers were pretty reasonably priced. One day we went to the San Antonio Zoo, and that was also pretty cheap to get into. And we saw a ton of animals. It wasn't overly crowded the day we went to, which was nice because it was during the week. And we got to ride a camel. So that was really cool because I'd never done that. So I was like, we definitely need to do this. So definitely another place I would check out. So we also went to Six Flags there and SeaWorld. So those were both really fun. And since it was around Christmas time, they were both decorated with Christmas themes. So that was also really cool too, because I'd never really been somewhere where like there's palm trees, it's sunny out, but it's decorated Christmas. And so it was nice weather. Did some roller coasters. It was nice because they had some bigger roller coasters and also some that I could handle, which are not as big. But my brother does all the big roller coasters. So while we were waiting, me and my mom and dad would just hang out, have a drink or two. So there's nice that there's always that option. We saw, more animals at SeaWorld. Just two fun places. Like those just seem like two places anywhere I go. I'm like, we might as well go check that out if we have time. So one day we also went with a group of people to the Pearl District, Pearl Street. So that was a really cool place. We stayed mainly in one spot, but we had dinner. There was drinks, music, and we had just a really nice dinner there. There was like a Kenny Chesney, Carrie Underwood, some like impersonators, and they sounded and looked just like them. So that was really fun and a cool place. It'd be a cool place, I think, to spend a lot of time and go around. So, oh, I did it again. I didn't press stop. So like I talked about the CN Tower in Toronto, in San Antonio they have the Tower of the Americas, which is pretty similar. I don't think it's quite as tall, but it lights up at night. And so we took the elevator to the top and did the whole look around. It was really cool. And they also had some like 4D movies, so we watched those. There's like the Polar Express and some fun ones, so we watched those after. We also went through the Ripley's Believe It or Not and the Wax Museum. Those are always, you know, kind of creepy and weird, but I always like checking those out. So they had that there. And then they also had a haunted section of that. So of course we had to go through. And so it was actually pretty like creepy. Like you had to pick doors to go through, and they had scenes from scary movies, and it was like all dark. So it was actually pretty creepy, but I enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure things jumped out too. So I was probably the only one that really enjoyed it that much, but it was pretty awesome. One day we went to Market Square. We took an Uber there because it was a little bit farther away. They had authentic Mexican restaurants, like marketplace, all of that kind of stuff. Very authentic. And so it was really cool to check out. The restaurant we ate out is open like 24/7. And so that was kind of cool. They have like all these cool paper decorations. And we actually had someone come to our table and sing to us, which actually happened another time too. They would just walk by and then sing like on their guitar. So, you know, give them a few bucks, but it's pretty interesting. It's kind of like awkward at first, but it was kind of fun. Like where, you know, that doesn't happen all the time. So might as well enjoy it while you can. So a couple of the other places we ate at Rainforest Cafe. Always got to check those out. We also got some drinks at Margaritaville. Always got to check those out. We also ate at Joe's Crab Shack. That was like delicious seafood. We got one of those buckets where it came with corn on the cob and just all sorts of seafood in there, and it was really awesome. And one of their drinks too, it had a little shark test tube, and then you'd pour that into the blue so it looked like blood like going into the water. So little side note, fun fact, I love Shark Week and sharks. So I had to get that drink. I also get my family, it started as a tradition when I worked at Aeropostale. I would always get us, Aeropostale. I would always get us shark shirts and take them on like vacation, and then we'd all wear them. Well, I can't tell you yet what this year's is. I already have it. But kind of a fun thing around Shark Week and one of those fun traditions. San Antonio is just an awesome town. When you walk along the Riverwalk, and especially when it's lit up at night, it's really cool. There are just endless restaurants, bars, all of that. You know, like you could go back and just spend a week eating at the different restaurants. So I would definitely recommend going there. I would definitely like to go back someday, and it is just a really cool town. So if you ever have the chance or have been thinking about going there, I would definitely try and do it. Add it to your list. So I haven't actually decided where next week's Throwback Thursday, where we're going to go. So it's going to be a surprise. So if you love surprises and you're just so excited, you're sitting on the end of your seat and you can't wait, then you need to make sure to check back, because the possibilities are endless. Who knows where we'll end up. Until then, though, I hope you have a great week. We'll see you later, guys. Bye.